Hi, this is Rob from Energetic English, and we're going to talk about 5 business English idioms. Let's do it. Idioms, a fundamental part of the English language. In fact, so much so that we rely on these every day in almost every conversation that we have just to get through the sentence. And this is no different in the business world. Now, using these idioms is going to make you sound more fluent, more natural, and easier to listen to during meetings, presentations, or interviews. Not just in the office, but at home too. My 2 pieces of advice when using these idioms: practice makes perfect, and understand the context. If you don't understand the context, then an idiom can really sound out of place. Right, with that in mind, let's get stuck in. The first business English idiom we're going to discuss today is up to scratch. Now, this means something that is up to standard, good enough, up to the mark, adequate. For example, I might have my team gathered around a table and I'm discussing the day's work with them. I may say, guys, the work we conducted yesterday wasn't quite up to scratch. Therefore, today we must try harder and try and raise the standard. The next idiom we're going to look at is a fairly common one. You may have heard it before. On the ball. If I was to describe someone as on the ball, it would mean they are alert, competent, intelligent, sharp. For example, John from the next office, he is on the ball. He knows exactly what's going on at any given time. On the ball. The next idiom we're going to look at is to think outside the box. Now, this means to think in a creative or an original way. For example, guys, we really need to think outside the box if we're going to come up with a good idea for the presentation next week. To think outside the box. To corner the market. Now, this means to have the largest market share in a particular industry without having a monopoly. For example, the Apple iPhone cornered the market for a long time before other retailers could catch up. To corner the market. Now, the next idiom we're going to look at is up to speed, not to be confused with up to scratch, which is the one we looked at the start of this video. Up to speed means operating at the desired tempo, pace, or rate. It also means to acquaint or familiarize. For example, Abigail, could you just bring John up to speed on the local processes that we use in this office? The new guy in the office isn't quite up to speed on our processes just yet, but he'll get there. Up to speed. Now, with those 5 business idioms in mind, stay tuned to learn how you can use them in presentations, interviews, and meetings. Have a good one.